Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today we got the Case Knives Kinzua. So, took a peek at this already, but first impressions, okay, so we have the aluminum and carbon fiber. Took a look at this already, and ooh, shiny, pretty, right? Ugh, not really. So, will say when I first initially unboxed this, I was a little disappointed because this is like raw carbon fiber. I'm definitely like a carbon fiber and Damascus whore. And also I was like, what is this finish here? So my initial looking at like the pictures online, it's almost like a fast food restaurant, right? It never looks the same. But I feel like with knives it usually does look the same way it does online. But unbox this and this, no idea what this is. Almost felt used. Again, in the light, I'll turn off the flash here. So, it still has a lot of light to it, but let me turn off this light too. I wonder how dark it'll be. That's really dark. Can almost see nothing, but I don't know. That's worse than real life. But maybe that'll give some hint. But that's definitely an exaggeration. But yeah, well, that was cool. I didn't hit re-record, so I was just talking to myself for 2 minutes. But anyway, so I'll say take lights on and lights off and find yourself a middle point, and that's the best way I can describe this knife, what it looks like in person. But I'll say nice box. I know that has nothing to do with the knife, but I really rarely change my daily driver knife. Pretty much EDC, a multi-tool. Like I said, rarely switch out my EDC, but so that gives you some of my bias. I'm a little more with like snobby than functionability, if that makes sense. But I mean, I care about functionability too. But nice little subtle stone wash on here. It feels really light. Carbon fiber aluminum. That'll do that. Yeah. See. Not as light as I thought, but 3 ounces. Still pretty light for a knife of this size. Just over 8 inches, 8 1/4 it looks like. Yep. Simple. I like liner locks. Ooh, these gloves. Locks really well. Ignore my... What the hell? These gloves are terrible for this. Maybe I need to find a new wardrobe. Like I said, this is like a pseudo first unboxing. But yeah, so pretty good steel. We got S39, or sorry, S35 here for a quick paper cutting test. I'm gonna work this in. So how sharp are we out of the box? Okay, let's see if we can make a turn. Ooh. Yeah, alright. My technique is awful, but that is really nice out of the box. And I can rake it like that. Get those really short cuts. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty damn good out of the box sharpness. So honestly, my biggest complaints overall is I don't know if it was intentional for the carbon fiber to be that like raw and unfinished. And I don't know, again, I don't know what this white is going on here. In the light, it looks fantastic, but out of the box, it's very, like, for example, my Civivi Elementum, it's gloss finish. So the way it looks like here, the way it looks in the light is honestly the way it looks like out of the box. Like the flash being on right now doesn't change much from the way that it looked like in normal lighting. If that kind of helps you understand what I'm trying to get at here. The price, moving on. Oof. Retail on this mofo. Last I looked, I need to double check because I feel like I wrote this down wrong. This seems kind of crazy, but $207? I mean, am I crazy? I might be crazy. That seems like a lot. I mean, it's good steel, and you get the carbon fiber. But I don't know. That just feels like, I don't know, it should be in the 150 range. But I will say, I love the jimping here. I love that it actually goes down to a usable length. A lot of knives, it'll cut off like right here. I'll show you an example. Because if I'm actually using this to like, use this obviously for grip, because you're going to be torquing on something. If you're not pushing hard, you don't need extra grip, right? You can just gently put your finger there. So this is only here if you're using a lot of pressure to cut through something. Obviously, you always want your knife sharp. Not trying to insult anyone's intelligence, but dull knives is where injuries happen, because if you are pushing really hard, you get that sudden jerk. And yeah, that's usually when bad things happen, if you for some reason aren't cutting away from yourself. But so I always want the sharpest knife possible, because when you get that slow, easy cut, that's where you have more control. But if your knife does get dull, in a survival situation, you can't really sharpen it, having that there so you actually really can torque down on it is really nice. So I'll show you, like, for example, my Kershaw Leak. These knives are not comparable at all, but just so you can see what I'm talking about. So I really like the Leak, by the way. It's one of my favorite knives. But there, what am I going to do with that? Like, if I'm naturally, especially it's a small knife, I'm gripping, and I have like regular sized hands. So I'm like already naturally gripping above it. But if I'm trying to get grip, I'm not, because now I lose the extra finger too. If I really want to be up on it, here I am if I'm trying to get torque on it, which is there, not there. And if you can see, boom, I got all that real estate. And also, maybe that's where the price comes in. Look how thick the spine is of that knife. Let me put that away. Turn this bad boy on. So let's see. About like a sixth of an inch, roughly. And let's see what this is. That's almost, I'll say 40%. 0.9. Here, to compare, I have this Etsy knife. No idea what it's made out of, but I saw it, and like I like Damascus. This is the most overbuilt knife. Like, look at this. Holy hell. Just so that you understand why. We were, what, 2,000ths of an ounce off. Who cares? So, 3 ounces, rounding to, 8 point, for rounding 8.8 ounces. That's why I'm going to compare these two spines. I mean, visually, you can already see how beefy this is. There, 0.13 inches. Or like 0.1. So even this thing, obviously a lot of its mass comes out of the handle, but ooh, damn. Yeah, but really, you're not, if it's even in question, you're not breaking this knife. The blade, anyway. That's extremely solid too. So yeah, I even venture to say you're not breaking this knife in general unless you get out a sledgehammer or something. I don't know, but yeah, overall, I don't know. I'm new to this. What do y'all think? $207 retail. I need to double check the price on that, like I said. But if that's accurate, let me know what y'all think. If you like the video, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Could have done better. What you would like to see more of. What you like to see less of. Yeah, hopefully I've earned your subscription. And until the next video. Wow. Peace.